What if I told you that getting top grades isn't just about studying harder? In fact, the smartest students don't always get the best marks. The students who understand psychology do. Today, I'll show you 11 dark psychology tricks that teachers don't even realize they're falling for. Use these correctly, and you'll stand out in class, get noticed, and start collecting higher grades without adding extra study hours. 1. The authority effect. People respect confidence. When you speak with certainty, teachers are more likely to believe you and trust your answers. Even if you're unsure, framing your answer confidently makes it appear correct. For example, if the teacher asks, "What's the answer to this math problem?" instead of hesitating with, I think it's 42, say, "The answer is 42. The confidence itself creates the illusion of authority, and teachers subconsciously reward that. This trick alone can change the way you're graded during class participation. 2. The primacy bias. Our brains remember the first and last things we hear. Teachers are no different. If you want to stand out, contribute early in class and make sure your first answer is strong. Imagine the first student answering incorrectly, and you step in with a confident correction. That answer will stick in the teacher's mind all lesson long. Over time, they start associating you with the student who always has good answers. This bias makes your reputation carry more weight than your actual performance. 3. The halo effect. Psychologists discovered that when someone appears good in one area, we assume they're good in others. This is called the halo effect. If you look neat, organized, and respectful, teachers unconsciously think your work is also higher quality. Clean handwriting, a tidy notebook, and simple things like making eye contact build this effect. A sloppy student might hand in the same answer as you, but you'll likely get the better grade because you look more capable. Perception becomes reality. 4. The spotlight effect. Most students are terrified of speaking in class because they think everyone is watching them. The truth? People are focused on themselves. That's the spotlight effect. If you can overcome it, you gain a huge advantage. Asking questions, answering frequently, and volunteering makes you appear engaged and intelligent. Teachers reward participation, and the spotlight effect means your small mistakes go unnoticed because no one is paying as much attention as you think. Confidence is rare in class, so it makes you stand out. 5. Reciprocity trick. Humans feel a deep urge to return favors. If you share notes, explain a concept to classmates, or even compliment your teacher's lesson, you trigger reciprocity. Classmates will help you when you miss something. Teachers will feel a subtle pull to give you more feedback or a kinder grade. For instance, if you email a teacher saying, "Your explanation helped me a lot, thank you," you're building credit. Later, when you need help or a grade boost, they're more likely to give it. Generosity, even small, creates loyalty. 6. The foot in the door technique. This psychological trick starts small. Ask for something tiny like, "Can I clarify one problem?" Once the teacher says yes, they're more likely to agree to bigger requests later, like reviewing your whole essay. The trick works because people want to stay consistent with their past behavior. By agreeing once, they feel more open to helping you again. This is how you build a relationship where teachers actually invest in your success. 7. Framing effect. The way you ask for help changes the answer you get. Instead of saying, "Can you check my paper?" which makes you sound unsure, try, "What can I add to make this stronger?" Framing the question differently signals confidence and motivation. Teachers see you as hard-working rather than needy. The psychology here is simple. Teachers like students who seem invested, so they reward them with higher grades and more support. It's not about what you ask, it's how you frame it. 8. The Pygmalion effect. Expectations shape outcomes. If a teacher expects you to be smart, you usually perform better. If they expect you to fail, you often underperform. That's the Pygmalion effect. So how do you use it? Act like a top student, speak confidently, show up prepared, and take initiative. Over time, your teacher begins expecting you to succeed. Those expectations then shape how they grade your work, how much feedback they give, and even how much they push you to do better. You create a cycle where they believe in you and then help you achieve more. 9. Social proof. Humans look at others for clues on how to behave. If your classmates see you as a leader, your teacher will too. Leading a study group, answering questions, or helping others in class positions you as the go-to student. For example, if other students ask you for help with homework, your teacher notices. That's social proof. You've been validated by your peers, which increases your authority in the teacher's eyes. Your reputation among classmates shapes how teachers treat you. 10. The contrast principle. Grades are not given in isolation. Teachers subconsciously compare your work to what they just saw. If you hand in your work right after a weaker student, yours looks better by contrast. Similarly, if you're called to present after someone who struggles, your performance seems stronger, even if it's average. Timing can subtly influence how your teacher perceives your ability. Use contrast strategically. It amplifies your effort without extra work. 11. The consistency principle. Once someone believes something about you, they want to stay consistent with that belief. If you remind your teacher of your progress, they reinforce it. For instance, say, "I've been improving since last test, and I'm really focusing this time." Teachers will want to support that narrative and may grade your effort more generously. People dislike inconsistency. If they already see you as improving, they'll keep grading in a way that matches that belief. Conclusion. These 11 dark psychology tricks aren't about manipulating in a negative way. They're about using human behavior to your advantage. Confidence creates authority. First impressions stick. Reciprocity builds loyalty. Social proof shapes reputation. And consistency locks in your progress. Grades aren't only about hard work. They're also about psychology. If you use these tricks wisely, you'll not only get better grades, you'll gain skills that give you an edge far beyond the classroom.